My mum used to say, you know, you get knocked down 7 times, but you get up 8 times, like stuff like that. And because my family are very passionate, it makes me passionate. They're very like, chase your dreams, do what you want to do. You can try acting. It's not for everyone.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's definitely helped me, but I'd say even trying trying drawing, you know, or painting, or even singing and stuff. Just anything where you can express yourself, and you can put your thoughts down on paper, out to an audience, record it somewhere, writing poetry. I just think, expressing it somehow rather than just thinking about it can really help clarify what you're going through and can just give you a new perspective.
Okay, so have some sort of a creative outlet.
Yeah, I mean, but some people it's sport. I mean, I do gym. I love doing weights and cardio, so I think you got to have a balance, but it's definitely one thing you can do to kind of manage it.
So, alright, you seem to have a very balanced life and you got it all figured out.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't say that, but I'm trying to, yeah. That's an interesting question. When I was over there, because I was quite young too, it was very like, oh, you're Australian, oh wow. You know, it was kind of like, because
Really?
I was the only one from Australia from that entire cast. The rest of them were all American or Canadian. So for me, having to do the accent and, you know, learning from them. But they were very supportive, and they all love Chris Hemsworth and Margot Robbie and people like that.
Fair enough.
The shoot we were doing, it was this kind of girl band fantasy type thing, and they were all blonde.
Yeah.
And I was the only brunette there, so it was like I stood out a lot.
Okay. With your Aussie accent and everything.
Yeah. I'm not super knowledgeable, but pretty much you get an idea that gets pitched. So at that time, I was in an agency. I was in a kids' acting agency, so that's why I was able to do that. If you're freelance, it's very hard to do pilots and stuff like that, which is why representation is important. So yeah, they'll pitch this script or the first episode, and then from that they'll cast it, and then they'll film it, and then they'll send that to producers like to Disney and Warner Brothers and all those kind of places. And then they'll have this big kind of event function kind of place where they pitch all the films. Don't quote me, but I think it's around October where they do all the pilot season. And then, that's when they pick up all the new shows. I'm pretty emotional, you know, I'm pretty in touch with my feelings, and it doesn't take a lot to make me cry, pretty much.
Okay.
But I feel like playing really emotional characters allows me to move people differently. You know, as much as I love comedy and it's fun to make people laugh, I kind of like to impact people in a more kind of serious way, to make them think about an issue, think about the importance of family or friendship or, you know, whatever I'm performing in that piece. I get a lot of fulfillment when I find that someone's moved by my performance, and I find that I get that more when I'm doing serious pieces. When it's comedy, it's kind of like, oh, that's good. But when it's something that's sad or angry, they kind of think like, wow, you know, I can resonate with it. I feel like people resonate more with kind of serious topics. A lot of actors have really different methods in getting into character. For me, I find that I do a combination of a few different methods. So if it's a character that's already known, so like Sophie's Choice, or a character that's from a book or an already established play, then I'll do a lot of research. But if I'm doing an original piece, or a piece where there's kind of no character before me, so it's just me, then that's when I can kind of more experiment and play with the character. So right now I'm doing another stage play, and it's 2 sisters, and obviously it's an original piece, so that means I've just got full creative control on how I portray it. So for me, for that piece, not really having brothers or sisters, it's like, well, how do I connect to that character? So for me, I relate it back to like my best friend, and like when we have a fight, and then from that fight, I just think about other fights I've had and this relationship with family. So combining kind of like the friend part of the sister, and then the relationship like with my mum's per se, and then combine them, and to really bring out those love-hate relationships, like that really helps.
when you get really deep into character and you play it for a long time, especially over a live production, how do you get out of character after that?
That's a good question. For me, I've never had a problem with that. I know some people find it really hard to get out of that character, but I suppose I can compartmentalize my thoughts. I can say, like, okay, I'm acting now, this is my character, and then I can come out of it and just... But I suppose techniques to help you with that, you could use kind of sometimes meditation, like some breathing exercises. You can just completely isolate yourself from that whole scenario and go somewhere where you don't associate your character with that. You know, because if, for example, you're performing in this certain space or you have this certain prop, sometimes if you see it, it might, like, you might stay in that character. So if you just kind of get away from it all and just have a moment, maybe go with some friends, you know. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so you don't have that problem at all?
Not really, no. I can snap out of it pretty quickly. And I was arrested. And my children were sent with me to Auschwitz. And when I arrived at the station, I was greeted by the soldier, and he said to me, "I know you're Polak, but you're one of those filthy communists. Ich bin Polish. I am Christian. I believe in Christ." And I've got no lines.
That's intense.
I just take a minute just to, before I'm on stage. Like, I'm in character before the lights go up. I think that's a really important thing. I'm in character before there's an audience, before I'm on stage. As soon as I kind of enter that outfit, really, no one can talk to me. I'm in character, you know, like for that piece, because it's such an emotional piece. It's like, as soon as I'm ready, I'm in the mind state, and then I don't come out of it until the piece is completely done. So I stay in character, building up that intensity, keeping it going until, you know, I finally perform it. Yeah, I mean, there's lots of little vocal warm-ups. I think with warm-ups, you've got to warm up the voice, the jaw, kind of loosen the whole body. So when we do a warm-up, it's like a full body kind of warm-up. But for the voice, I think the main thing you got to do is you work on your articulation and your projection and your enunciation. So the basic tongue twisters: many men making money make a mighty mess.
Many men making money make a mighty mess.
Yep. Billy Bunter bought a bunch of beautiful bananas.
Billy Bunter bought a bunch of beautiful bananas.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go faster and faster and see.
No.
Let me try one then. What was one?
4 fine and friendly females felt funny feelings.
4 fine, friendly females felt funny feelings.
See? See?
I'll try to do it faster. 4
fine and friendly females felt funny feelings.
4 fine and friendly feelings. Wait.
We do a lot of like, me, my, mo, more, ma.
Okay. Do I have to do that?
Yes.
Me, my, more, ma.
So you're bouncing your cheeks. So you're like trying to move your entire face, like your jaw muscles.
Mm-hmm.
Like, me, my, mo, more, ma.
Me, my, more, ma.
Yeah.
Is that how we do it?
So you kind of feel like up here, you got to kind of loosen it. So you're loosening your jaw essentially, but you're also kind of, when you do this, it's cheek bounces. So you're bouncing your...
You're balancing your energy.
Yeah, you're kind of just loosening it all up.
Oh, I see. So
And there's another one for enunciation that was kind of famous from like my school. It's not really well known, but it's just about pronouncing all the words.
Right.
To sit in solemn silence in a dull, dark dock, in a pestilential prison, with a lifelong lock, awaiting the sensation of a short, sharp shock from a cheap and chippy chopper on a big black block. So
Cool.
we do that and we focus on making it really loud. We will do exercises where we project to that wall to you, so focusing on, you know, different levels of volume. Yeah, I mean, a really common one, you go like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 8, 8, 6, 6, 6, 6, 4, 4, 4, 4, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So it's just like,
Right.
or we'll do
What, you want me to do it?
yeah, try that
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Thanks for watching the Convo Couch, and thank you to Alana for coming along.
Yeah, I had a great time. Thanks for having me.
Don't forget to subscribe on the links below and check out the links to her profile too. See you next time.
I just want to say, if anyone's out there who really wants to get into acting, feel free to get involved and always try your best. If you're acting... I'm just going to start again. If anyone out there is, trying to get into acting, my biggest top tips for you would just be, don't focus on the rejection, focus on the learning experience and focus on what you can gain from it. Take as many opportunities as you can and just put yourself out there and really just take on board the advice of others. And yeah, I mean, that's all I've got to say, really. Just give it your best shot, and if it's something you're passionate about, then people will see that when they look at you. Awesome.